This time is a time for reflection of what happened the previous vintage and really taking note of what the pros and cons were of that vintage, whether it's the growing conditions or the techniques in the cellar. It's also a good time for looking forward because it is a slower time.
One of the farmer's aphorisms I like to live by is that there's no better fertilizer than a farmer's footprints. So I spend a lot of the time in the winter in muddy boots, and I think I know my vineyard a little bit better because of it.
The vines are sleeping, there's no growth happening. They're waiting for bud break and for spring. In the winery, the wines are in barrel and they're going through some processes, but basically just waiting for the next step.
One of the things that makes this vineyard unique is that almost half of it is densely planted, similar to what they do in Burgundy, 5-foot rows. And they don't make tools in America that fit down a 5-foot row. Because of that, we have to make our own. And we break things and we learn how to make things better.
Sometimes as the wines slowly evolve, they go through phases that are less than desirable at first glimpse, but it's part of the longer process that leads to the completion of the wines.
How is it that I can prune this grapevine better to get what she's looking for? Is ultimately what I'm doing on a daily basis. Being a part of a group that tastes through and can talk about what they're looking for and not getting, or what they're getting and they love, helps me do my job better.
It's a time for a lot of monitoring and assessment of what the characteristics are like in each of the different wines and wine lots. And there's something to it with Preparia that has a little bit of that wild, I don't know how to describe it, darker smell. But it's good. I'm surprised this is 45.1 actually. It's big. We can try our wines on a regular basis, blindly, and follow trends and get a really good idea of where the wines are headed, and also start to visualize where these wines are going to end up as a blend.
It's the most important time of the year when it comes to achieving balance in your vineyard. The weather isn't our biggest challenge in the winter. The biggest challenge is looking at everything we learned in the previous year and then making plans to improve things. Yeah, I think they're finishing up over there.
It's waking up from dormancy. So in essence, we have this little window where things are dormant to get ready for that wake up.
To be honest, if it rains for 9 hours, but you get 15 minutes worth of sunbreak, you kind of forget about the rain. And we get those moments.